It's peanut butter jelly time. 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 Peanut butter. Peanut butter peanut butter jelly time. When I see you again. Oh, there's nothing that people love more than continuity. Continuity. So today I'm going to show you guys something that's has continuity in it, and you'll see why in a bit. Actually, I'm not going to open the deck, and you'll see why in a bit. So you have the spectator. Imagine that they're holding an invisible deck of cards. You see the pathways that I'm going here. So imagine, sir, you're holding an invisible deck in your hand. Well, how could you see it if it's invisible? Oh, all right, sir. Imagine you're holding an imaginary deck in your hands. Did you take it out of the box? I bet you didn't. Oh, shit. Sir, imagine you split the cards between the court cards and the number cards. Can you do that? Yes? In a moment, I want you to hand me either one. Oh, you're handing me the court cards. That's fantastic, sir. I'm going to throw these cards into the air. And I want you to imagine being able to just matrix. You've seen the Matrix, sir? I'm trying to be topical here. Keep up with the times, cunt. I want you to imagine like you slowed everything down around you, and you could reach in there and just pluck one of those cards out. Which card, sir, would you pluck out? The Jack of Hearts. That's a fantastic card, sir. That's a great card. Now let me ask you this. Do you want to go back in time and pluck another card out? No? Well, remember, I gave you the opportunity. Don't say later I didn't, you piece of... So, let's think about this. I could have thrown the number cards in the air and you could have grabbed one of those, but instead you said, Jack of Hearts. I want you to imagine that you're getting that Jack of Hearts and you're throwing it face up in the middle of this deck. You did that? Yeah? All right, let's see if we can make your thing. Let's see if we can make it a reality here. So I want you to notice we have a deck of cards here. Nothing here so far. We just have some cards. And I want you to see, if I spread through, there's one card face up. And it's the Joker. Ha! You thought it was gonna be the what was it, the Jack of Hearts? Well, interesting enough, because even though this is not the Jack of Hearts, obviously, I'm glad you did name it, because that's the exact card that's next to the joke. That's the exact, and if it was one more, 10 of Hearts, good job, sir. Really good job. Now, I would appreciate it if you stopped touching me. Really, I'm gonna be upset if you keep doing this. You see the continuity here? See, if you click up here, you're gonna see yesterday's video. And if you are a cleverly coordinated cat member, then you would know that this is almost the exact same trick as yesterday. But the reason I'm doing that here is to make a point on presentation. If you notice, this is almost the exact same trick. Now, yes, you're adding a little bit of a stack to it, which I'm going to get into in a hot minute, as they like to say. But if you notice, it's pretty much the same trick. Only difference being, if you haven't seen the trick from yesterday, which I do encourage you to watch, only difference being is that in that trick, the Joker is being overtly thrown into the deck, and that's the trick. In this trick, the presentation behind it is that supposedly that's the card that's face up in the middle of the deck. You're going for the invisible deck meme here. But here, you're kind of twisting it with just something that you're adding on top of that. So really, these methods that are dropped by your favorite pastry magician here are not just methods to be done as they are. You could change them. They transform. And that's what this is. This is just a transformation of that trick. So you think about that when you're in the bathroom and you do stuff to yourself. So as far as the explanation is concerned, you need a little bit of a hard setup here. This is a good opening number next to your disappearing tube, the flower tube, disappearing flower tube trick. So the setup here, 3 cards that don't matter, followed by the Jack of Spades, Queen of Spades. See, we've talked about this stack before here, so I hope you recognize that you pick pig cunts. So Jack of Spades, Queen of Spades, King of Spades, Jack of Hearts, Queen of Hearts, King of Hearts. Let's get some Zoom memes here. Yeah, next one, say the words with me. Jack of Clubs, Queen of Clubs, King of Clubs is still not in focus. Is still not in focus. Jack of Diamonds, Queen of Diamonds, King of Diamonds. 3, you don't need the 3. That's it. That's the stack. So this is going to be the stack on top of the deck. Of course, these 3 cards are the X cards that allow a buffer for you to do a spread code. One of my favorite moves. A hot move on that. Hofzinser. You sit on my face, Hofzinser. So this is a that's what you do here. This is the this is the stack here. This is what goes on top of the deck. Now, as you've seen from other tricks, this is a very versatile stack you can have on top of the deck, especially with the force here. So that goes on top. In the middle, you have a joker face up, and you're ready to have some stuff done to you. So that goes in the box, and then you're ready to make things happen. So here, what you got to do is that standard force that I talked about in a previous thing. Now, I'm not going to go over it in too much detail, but suffice to say that you have the spectator imagine that they're separating the deck between the number cards and the picture cards, and they are to hand you one. I'm assuming that I have intelligent pig cunts here to know what happens if they hand you the number cards, right? Yes? Yeah, yes. I have to go like Dora, all up in this bitch.
I need your help to stop Swiper.
So, if they hand you the number cards, so if you have the spectator imagine that they're holding a deck, they separate it for some odd reason into the number cards and the picture cards. And you say, hand me either one. If they hand you the number cards, you go, okay, great. So I want you to imagine throwing up all the picture cards in the air. Just grab the cards that you're holding and throw them up in the air. You continue as if that was supposed to happen. If they hand you the picture cards, then you pretend to throw the cards up in the air. Common sense. Common sense. So, ultimately, when they have a card picked and plucked from the air that's a court card, you're obviously ready because you have all the court cards on top ready to be spread cold. So if they happen to pick, for example, let's just say the Queen of Spades. Queen of Spades, right? You go, okay, so imagine throwing that card in the deck face up. You did it? Oh, okay, let's see how you did here. This would be crazy, right? You wouldn't be able to do this. So now you know the 3 top cards are X cards, then followed by the spades. So you would know to look for this card right here, the Queen of Spades. How do you know that? Practice. You do some practice. A little bit of... oh, man. But you do a little bit of practice, and it goes a long way. So that card is the one that's going to get cold. So if it was the Jack of Spades, it would be that one. But in this case, the Queen of Spades, we'll pretend. So that card gets cold as you spread through, much like yesterday, and you show, oh, look, it's the Joker. I guess you got me there, son. You weren't thinking of the Queen. But it's still kind of... And then you show that, and of course, they lose their minds when they realize that that is, in fact, the very card that they just merely thought of. And then you reiterate all the points. Remember, you could have thrown up a number card. You could have thrown up any other card. You could have caught any card you wanted. But really, you ham it up. It's presentation. So that's the method. Now, you might be tempted to already have, for example, a well-known card here on top to begin with. So, for example, let's say they have the name, a very common card, which is the Queen of Hearts, and you go, oh, that's great. And then now you don't even have to do anything. You don't have to do a spread call. Now you can just show the Joker, and then that the Queen of Hearts is next to it. You might be tempted to do that. I don't, for the sole purpose that in my head, in my pig hunt head, I like having the certainty of knowing where the cards are. So if I have to keep in my head and account and track for the fact that not only now is, for example, the first cards in the stack here are the spades, then the next ones are the hearts. If I have to keep in my head that the Queen of Hearts is no longer there, I'm going to lose my shit. So I rather keep that card there, have that little bit of control in this card trick that I don't have in my real life, because in life nothing matters. So that's the reason why I don't do that, and I just have whatever card next to the Joker to begin with. That doesn't necessarily matter. So you practice that. You do the spread call thing. You enjoy that. And if you look at here for some tips on a spread call, look there. Do all the things people do. Make sure to surprise, hit the surprise button. I heard if you click on it, a surprise happens. You surprise. Do the Patreon thing. I'll put some dope material there. Buy the shirt. Yeah, you guys stay fresh and stay humble. I'm gonna go look up different ways to watch videos that I should not be able to watch on the internet and not get caught by the FBI.
Again, when I see you 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 again.